Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, children, of history. Chapter number 2, Socialism and Russian Revolution. Just like you have done already 2 chapters, French Revolution, Nazism and Rise of Hitler. This chapter has lot of connection with these 2 chapters which we have done earlier, because you will come across the First World War, which was started by Germany and where even Russia was involved. In the same manner, we will come across how French Revolution that has also inspired a lot of people in Russia to begin this revolution. So before we start the chapter, that is the introductory part, let us go through few meanings of them. Now, what is the meaning of the term socialism? Children, socialism means common ownership. Socialism is a form of government, just like we have the democratic form of government. Same way, socialism is a form of a government, form of a society where there will be no owner and no worker. All will be equal. So that is what is the meaning says common ownership. No master and no owner. So they believe in this ideology. Socialism ideology is all are equal, especially economic terms. There is no master, there is no owner, and there is no worker. All will have equal ownership. That is the belief. Now, what I mean by common ownership, everybody having the right to participate in decisions on how global resources will be used. That is, whatever resources are present in the country, how these resources have to be used. So, for that, all will have equal say in this. All can participate and all can take the decisions on this issue, that how the resources have to be allocated or used, or who should use these resources. Socialism has its origin in the French Revolution of 1789 and the changes brought about by the Industrial Revolution. The French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating a dramatic change in the way in which society was structured. That is, I has told you that there was French Revolution which we studied, where we have seen that there was a type of a society where the society was divided into 3 societies, or in 3 orders they were divided, or estates they were divided. We studied, children, first estate, second estate and the third estate. French Revolution is completely based on removing this system of estates, or you can also talk about French Revolution was completely to remove the monarchy system, to remove the estate system, to remove the aristocracy, that is the hold of the rich people in the society, and the church, which controlled economic and social power. So the main revolution in France was to remove the estate system, to remove the monarchy, to remove this control of the church upon the economic and social power. And after the revolution, we studied again in French Revolution. When there was revolution, this all seemed to be possible to change this. So this French Revolution has inspired not only Russia, it has inspired the whole world that if people want to achieve something, they can do through a revolution. How the French Revolution has changed the complete the government or the system in France. In the same way, the Russian Revolution also led its way. So they also got inspired from them. In the same manner, as I told you, not only Russia got inspired from French Revolution, it is even India which got inspired from this French Revolution. For example, leaders like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, De Rosia, they all talked in India about the significance of the French Revolution. Because we all were under the colonies at that time. We were the colonies. We were under the British rule. So, this French Revolution has given all of us an inspiration that yes, if the people want, they can revolt and they can change the whole system. Socialism in Europe. Now we are talking about the change in the society in the Europe. What changed? How was the society in Europe also? So France is a part of Europe. In the same way, Britain, Germany, all these are countries which are part of Europe. Even a part of Russia is a part of Europe. So sudden change in the society occurred after the French Revolution, which was dominated by the church and the aristocracy and divided into estates and orders. So during the French Revolution, there was a sudden change in the country. The country which was earlier in the hands of the monarch system, the country where the church and the aristocrats, that is the rich people, they controlled all the economic and political powers, all that has completely changed. So the European society, as we have already done, was divided into liberals, radicals and conservatives. It was divided into liberals, radicals and conservatives, which we will be doing shortly. So the European society was divided into liberals, radicals and conservatives. Just like in France, it was divided into three estates and this later on changed. There was a change in the system. So in the whole Europe earlier was divided into three estates: clergy, nobles and the common people. But the people after the French Revolution, the whole Europe people wanted a change in their societies, and that's how the society was divided into three different groups. They were called as liberals, radicals, and conservatives. Now, let's talk about who are these liberals. Who are these liberals? Now, what I talk about, just let me adjust this. Okay. Now, who are liberals? We were talking about these children. Let us do that. Liberals wanted a nation who tolerated all religions. First of all, liberals is a group of people, children, it is a thinking, same thinking people. So what was their belief? They believed that we should tolerate all religions. Now, why did they say that? Because in European states earlier, they usually discriminated in favor of one religion or another. If you talk about at that time before the French Revolution, every European country believed in one religion or the other, and they discriminated with the others. For example, Britain favored the Church of England, Austria, and Spain favored the Catholic Church. So that is how they were divided, and others were discriminated. Liberals also opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers, and they also were against the control of the country or the resources by the monarchs. They were not in favor, they were against. So the liberals were the people who were against this control. They were not in favor, they were against the control of the monarch. That means the monarch should not control all the resources. That is what they believed. And they wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals against the government. They argued for a representative elected parliamentary government. What the belief of the liberals is, number one, again I'm repeating, that the country should tolerate all religions. That means all religions are equal. Number two, they said that they said that the rulers, that is the monarch, should not have the uncontrolled power. Third, they believed that there should be a representative government, like in India we have. So they believed that there should be representative government, elected parliamentary government. There should be parliament and there should be elections for that. But they were not like our country is Democrats. We are Democrats because our country is a democratic country. But liberals are not Democrats. Why? What is that one difference between the Democrats and liberals? We are Democrats. We also have the representative democracy. Liberals also believed in representative democracy. But one difference is that in India, like Democrats, we are Democrats in India, we have the open elections. That means universal adult franchise. Equal right to vote for all above 18 years. That is universal adult franchise. But this was not believed by the liberals. The liberals did not believe in the universal adult franchise. They wanted representative democracy, they wanted elected government, elected parliament, but they never believed in the universal adult franchise. So that is how we Democrats and the liberals of Russia are different. So I think it is very, very clear who are liberals. I think, children, I'll repeat it again. Listen to it very carefully. 3 points mainly in liberals. Who were liberals? Number one, they believe that all religions are equal. The country should tolerate all religions. Number two, they believe it that the ruler, that is the monarch, king or queen, they should not have unlimited powers. Number three, they believed that there should be a representative elected parliamentary government. But they did not believe in adult franchise. That's your liberals. Then we go to the next one, children, that is radicals. Who are radicals? They are different from the liberals. Little difference is there. They disliked the concentration of property in the hands of few. They also don't want that the property should be there in the hands of only few, because in earlier we have seen in French society that, or the European society, that the properties, all the wealth in the country was in the hands of the church and the nobles. So the radicals were against that. They were not in favor of this, that the property should be in the hands of the rich people only. And they also believed that a nation in which government was based on majority of a country's population. and they also supported women's suffragette movements. These radicals believed that the women should also get the right to vote. Radicals believed that the women also should get the right to vote. What is suffragette movement? A movement to give women the right to vote. That is your suffragette movement. So radicals believed in the equality between the men and women, especially for the right to vote. And they opposed the privileges of great landowners and wealthy factory owners. They don't want that there should be landowners or factory owners who are having all the wealth with them. But they were not against the existence of private property. They never said that one should not have property, children. Understand this. They said that the whole property should not be in the hands of church or the nobles. But yes, people can have wealth, people can have their private property, but they should earn it by working. They should earn it by working. So they disliked concentration of property in the hands of few. They want that the property should be distributed among all. It should not be there only in the few hands. That's what they believed. So let's sum up this about the radicals who were radicals. The radicals, again I am repeating children, that you, because you have to write the differences between the liberals, radicals and conservatives. Radicals wanted a nation or a government which was based on majority of country's population. Number two, they believed in the women's equal right to vote. So they participated in many suffragette movements. Number three, they opposed the privileges of landowners and wealthy factory owners. They don't want the only the factory owner, that is the aristocrats and the church people, to have all the wealth of the country. They disliked the concentration of property in the hands of few. They don't want that the property should be there in the hands of few people. They want that the property, private property can be there, and but that should be earned by all. That should not come generations to generation. That should be earned by all. That is what is the belief of radicals. So liberals and radicals we completed. We go to the third type of people or a group of society living in Europe, including Russia. Conservatives, they are called as. Children's conservatives were completely opposed to radicals and liberals. Why? First of all, you know the term conservative means those who believe in the past and they don't want to change. The meaning of conservative is the people, those who don't want to leave the practices which they were already doing and change. For example, if I talk about you, you can change yourselves easily. But if you ask your grandparents to change their culture, what they were practicing, the method of maybe wearing clothes, maybe the method of living, maybe the method of worship, whatever they were doing, if you ask them, do you think they will change? Definitely not. So that is what is conservatives, children. But yes, some of the conservatives had opened their minds to the need for change. Some people, yes, they wanted, conservatives also said, okay, because they change, modern is coming, a little bit change is required. But they believed in slow changes. They want only some change, not complete change of the society. They want very, very few changes in the society, but respecting the past. They don't want to leave the past. They want the past culture, past society with few, very few changes, but also believe that there should be very, very slow changes, or the process should be very, very slow. There should not be any sudden change. So that is the belief of the conservatives, children. I hope you have followed the base of the chapter. And children, The Russian Revolution, the main thing why it was there, that I'll tell and end up this part. Russian Revolution means the fall of monarchy. There was monarchy system in Russia. So the fall of monarchy in Russia in February 1917 and then October 1917. That is called as your Russian Revolution. So the whole chapter is based on how monarchy ended in Russia, and after that how the communist form of government, which is also called as socialist form of government, emerged in Russia, who were the leaders who led this Russian Revolution, etc. So all this you will study in the coming next parts, children. So watch all the videos very carefully and go through this part. Write the difference between liberals, radicals, and conservatives. So that's all, children, for today. Have a good day.